Welcome to the class. Today we are exploring grounding and finding your center. We will start with the breath work, followed by a warm-up, the flow where we will add some animal flow movements, then a cool down and shavasana at the end. So let's start with the breathing. Today we will be doing the pranayama square. Inhale on 4, hold on 4, exhale on 4 and hold on the exhale. And as you do the breathing, I want you to hold the mantra. I feel, I see, I exist, I am. I feel on the inhale, I see as you hold, I exist on the exhale, and I am as you hold after the exhale. So I feel, I see, I exist, I am. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Then let's begin. Inhale on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. And hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Another inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel 1, 2, 3, 4. I see. Exhale on 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I exist. 1, 2, 3, 4. I am. Let's do 2 more full rounds. Inhale on 4. Hold the mantra. I feel. Then hold on 4. I see. Exhale on 4. I exist. And hold on the exhale. I am. So what this breathing does, it promotes the mental clarity, gives you emotional balance through breathing, holding and exhaling the same amount of time. And what it does on the emotional level, it actually anchors you in the space together with this mantra. Let's do 1 more full round. Inhale on 4. I feel. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. I exist. And hold on the exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. I am. Now let's slowly place the left palm outside of the left hip. Inhale, lift up the right arm over your head. And on the exhale, let's bring the upper body as close to the ground as we can. Bringing the right palm outside of the right hip. And on the inhale, we're lifting up the left arm above the head. Inhale here. Exhale, reaching with the left arm going through the center. Placing the left palm outside of the left hip. Inhale, lifting up the right arm. Inhale here. Exhale, leading with the right arm going through the center. Placing the right palm to the ground. Inhale, lifting up the left arm. Exhale, reaching with the left arm going through the center. Lifting up the right arm on the inhale. Exhale, let's do it 1 more time. Placing the right palm outside of the right hip. Lifting up the left arm on the inhale. And on the exhale, let's come back to the center. Now the next inhale, lift up the hips and open up the arms, chest proud, looking in front of you. Exhale, round your back, bring your arms in front of you, chin to chest. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, rounding the back. Let's do it 3 more times. Inhale, arms up to the sides. Exhale, rounding the back, bringing the arms in front. 2 more. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. And one last time, inhale up. And on the exhale, let's come back down. Now let's all meet in the all fours, so pressing the palms into the ground, the knees on the ground. And let's start making the circles from left through the center to right and back. Left, center, right, and back. Now at this point you can change the direction, or if you want you can look behind your left shoulder or look behind your right shoulder. So we'll be doing it for 30 seconds, so just choose the movement that your body needs right now. If you're doing these circles the way I am, make sure that you're pressing the palms into the ground. So we're gently, slowly warming up our body. 3, 2, and 1. And now let's switch the direction if you haven't done it yet. So now I'm going from the right through the center over to the left, and then repeating the circle. We will be also incorporating some animal flow movements today. We'll be doing wave, unload, and crab reach, but I will guide you through those movements later. And one last time, and let's meet in the center. Now I want you to lift up your right leg, bring the right knee from outside of the left knee, press your palms against the ground, and go into the cross-legged child's pose. 2, 1. Next inhale, come back to the knees, and now slide your bottom shin perpendicular to the mat. The inhale, let's lift up the right arm and make 3 full circles with the right arm. You're pressing the left palm into the ground. Try to increase the amplitude and make the circles as big as you can. One last one. Now bringing the right palm to the ground, pressing the palms against the ground, going back into the cross-legged child's pose. Inhale here. And on the exhale, we are releasing the legs and going back into all fours. Now let's do the same on the other side. Inhale, we are lifting up the left knee, bringing it behind the right knee, pressing the palms against the ground. We're doing the same thing on the other side. Now we're gently stretching the sides of the body. 2, and 1. Next inhale, coming back to the knees, and now sliding the bottom shin perpendicular to the mat and lifting up the left arm, creating 5 big circles with the left arm, warming up our shoulders. Now you may have noticed we're slowly going over to the left side and then to the right, deviating from the center, but then going back to the center. 2, and 1. Beautiful. Bring the left palm back to the mat. Pressing the palms against the ground, going into the cross-legged child's pose. Inhale, bringing the knees to the ground, and crossing your legs, and we're back into all fours. Now let's go into the normal child's pose. Sinking the hips down. And let's move your arms over to the right to stretch the left side, then back to the center, and then over to the left side, and back to the center. Now the next inhale, let's bring chin to the chest, tuck the tailbone in, and we'll create the mini wave, moving all the way towards the top of the mat. And bring the pelvic floor down, looking up, chest proud. Inhale. Exhale, chin to chest, rounding it back and going back to the child's pose. So this is the mini wave and wave unload, which is the animal flow movement. It's very similar to this. Inhale, chin to chest, tucking the tailbone in, going all the way to the top of the mat. Inhale, look up. Exhale, chin to chest again, and going back to the child's pose. We'll do it one last time. Inhale, chin to chest, rounding the back. Bring the pelvic floor down, chest proud, looking up. And exhale, chin to chest again. And going back into the child's pose. Very cool. From here, let's tuck the toes in and go into our first downward facing dog. Now you can lift up the heels, left and right. Imagine that you're walking on the mat. In the next inhale, let's bend the knees and move them over to the left side. Bring the left palm close to the head, chest proud. Inhale, going back to the center, and let's repeat it on the other side. So bending the knees, looking towards the right, bringing the right palm close to the head. Inhale, back to center, your heels are up all the time. Exhale, bending the knees, looking towards the left. Inhale, center, heels are up. Exhale, bending the knees, looking towards the right. Let's do it 2 more times on each side. Exhale, bend. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Center. Left. Center. All right. And the next inhale, we're going back to center, bringing the heels down, going into our first proper downward facing dog. Let's stay here for 3 breaths. Don't forget to breathe. We are breathing in and out through the nose, pressing the palms against the ground. Palms are shoulder wide, scapular away from the spine, shoulders away from the ears. We're staying here. If you cannot bring your heels to the ground, you can micro bend the knees like this, trying to keep your back straight. Now from here, we're going into wave unload, one of the animal flow movements. So let's inhale, lift up the heels, keep the back straight. So this is our peak pose, and I will be mentioning it all the time. So we need to go through the peak pose. Now we're in our peak pose, back is straight. And from here, let's bring the chin to chest, tuck the tailbone in, and start unrolling towards the top of the mat until you cannot go further anymore. From here, you drop the pelvic floor. Your pelvic floor doesn't go to the ground though. It's somewhere 1 centimeter away from the ground. Chest proud, you're looking up. Inhale. Exhale, chin to chest. Let's unroll and go towards the peak pose with the heels up, back straight. And exhale, bend the knees, go into set loaded beast. This is the variation of the child's pose with the knees 1 centimeter away from the ground. So I'm now in set loaded beast, pressing the palms into the ground. We're going into wave unload 2 more times. So inhale, stretch your knees, go into the peak pose. Exhale here. Next inhale, chin to chest. Let's start unrolling through the spine. And then dropping the pelvic floor 1 centimeter away from the ground, looking up, shoulders back, chest proud. Inhale here. Exhale, chin to chest, going back to the peak. Exhale, set loaded beast. So variation of the child's pose with the knees 1 centimeter away from the ground. One last time. Inhale, peak pose, and start the movement towards the top of the mat, dropping the pelvic floor, and now actually bringing it to the ground, untucking the toes. Beautiful. Now from here, let's place our palms wider than the mat and start bringing the right shoulder to the ground, back to center, left shoulder, center, right, center, left, center. From here, I'm giving you 15 seconds. If you want, you can do mini waves with your upper body. If you want, again, you can look behind the left shoulder or the right shoulder. Again, this is your practice. I'm just helping you, guiding you through this. But just do the movement that feels right for you right now. You can even continue dropping the shoulders to the ground, whatever feels right now. Beautiful. And from here, let's bring the chest to the ground. Inhale, we're gonna bend the left knee, open the left hip, and place the left foot outside of the right knee. Pushing the palms against the ground, and on the inhale, lifting up the pelvic floor and framing the head with the arm. Let's do 3 movements with the arm here. 2, 3, and on the exhale, going back to the center. Let's repeat the same on the other side. So inhale, we're bending the right knee, opening the right hip, placing the right foot outside of the left knee. Next inhale, lifting up the pelvic floor and framing the head. 3 movements with your arm here. And on the exhale, we're going back to center. We'll repeat it 1 more time, each side. Inhale, bending the left knee, opening the left hip, placing the left foot outside of the right knee. Inhale, lifting up the pelvic floor. Exhale, framing the head with the left arm 3 times. Exhale, back to center. And let's do it on the right side. You know where to go. 2, 3, and now let's drop your hips to the ground. Now placing the palms behind your hips, placing your feet wider than your hips, and now let's just move the knees from left to right, just adding a little bit of mobility to our knees and to our hips. Through the center, we're closing the knees, opening the hips, and closing, keeping the chest proud all the time, trying to keep the scapula as close to the spine as we feel we can. Let's do a couple of more times here. And now I will guide you how to go into crab reach. Crab reach is an animal flow movement. It starts from set crab. This is one of 4 set or base movements. But before we do that, let's just interlock the fingers, bring them in front of the chest, and quickly warm up our wrists. So let's just make circular movements from left to right a couple of times, and then switch the direction right to left. And now we're keeping the fingers interlocked. We're keeping the palms parallel to the ground, and then we'll be bringing the palms away from your chest, but try to keep them parallel to the ground still. Let's do it 8 times. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And now let's make the mini wave starting from the left elbow, going through the center to the right elbow. Let's do it 5 times from the left to the right. And then we'll switch the direction and do it from the right to the left. Now, starting from the right, through the center to the left. 4, 5. Now let's release our hands, shake them off a little bit, and now we're ready to go into crab reach. So we're starting in set crab. Place the palms behind your hips. The palms are looking away from your feet. Your feet are hip wide. Your scapula are together. Shoulders roll down and back. Chest proud. And when you're ready, you can lift up your hips and start moving them to the front and to the back until you feel you find this perfect M. Imagine that this is the letter M, so your hips should be in the perfect middle between your feet and your palms. So this is set crab. Now inhale, let's lift up your right foot on 3, 2, 1. Keeping the chest proud. Bring it back. Inhale, left foot, 3, 2, 1. Down to the ground. Right palm, 1, 2, 3. Back to the ground, and left palm, 3, 2, 1. Back to the ground. Beautiful. Now your chest is still proud. We're going into crab reach. Now on the inhale, bend the left elbow, bring it in front of the chest, and lift up the pelvic floor. Now your palm is always 15 centimeters away from your head, elbow in front of the chest. And as I'm lifting up the pelvic floor, I'm always looking at my palm. So inhale here, exhale. Now I'm framing my head with the left arm and looking down at the base palm. Next inhale, we're going back to center, elbow to chest. Now I'm again looking at my left palm, and exhale, dropping the hips to 1 centimeter away from the ground. Now let's do it once again with the left arm. Inhale, elbow to chest, lifting up the pelvic floor. Exhale, framing the head, looking down at the base palm. Inhale, looking back up, elbow to chest, and exhale, down. Stay here for a little bit. We're gonna repeat the same on the right side with the right arm. So let's find our perfect set crab once again. Imagine that you're sitting on the beach. Hug your knees with your arms, with your elbows, and then place your palms behind your hips. Palms are looking away from your feet. Scapula coming together. Now let's lift up the hips, chest proud. I'm looking towards the rising sun. So this is my perfect set crab. Now let's do right arm crab reach. So inhale, bending the right elbow, lifting up the pelvic floor. I'm looking at my palm. Exhale, framing the head with the right arm, looking down. Inhale, looking back up. Exhale, set crab. Once again, we're in set crab. Inhale, bending the elbow, lifting up the pelvic floor. Exhale, framing the head. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, dropping the hips. Beautiful. Let's bring the hips to the ground. Extend the legs. Hook your big toes with your index and middle finger. Inhale, we're activating our feet, keeping the back straight, looking in front of us. And we're just gonna stay here for 3 breaths in and out through the nose. I hope you didn't forget to breathe during the practice. 3, 2, and 1. And now we can start to slowly roll down to the mat with your round back, keeping the core active. We're lying down to the ground. Now let's bend both knees, bring them close to the chest. Hug your knees with your arms and bring the forehead to the knees. Now from here I want you to slowly start rolling from left to right, left to right. And you feel, no matter how far you go, either of the sides, you always come back to your center. Now let's bring the head down, extend the left leg, bring it to the ground. Right knee goes over to the left side. We're doing the twist, extending the right arm. You can slowly close your eyes. Try to bring your right shoulder to the ground. And taking 3 deep breaths here. And with every breath, see if you can go deeper into this twist, detoxifying your system. 2, and 1. Next inhale, we slowly bring our right knee back to the center. Bring the left knee close to the right, and now let's extend the right leg and make a twist over to the right. So the left knee goes to the right. We're extending the left arm to the left, trying to keep the left shoulder on the ground, closing the eyes, and staying here for 3, 2, 1. Next inhale, bring the left knee close to the chest, right knee goes to the left. Again, bring the forehead to the knees. Imagine that we're in this little safe protected cocoon. Again, going slowly left and right, right and left. And on 3, 2, 1. We are releasing our legs, releasing our arms, and going into Shavasana. Now, before we go into Shavasana, let's take 3 deep breaths, connecting with our center and letting go of whatever tension we have or had in our body, whatever doesn't serve us anymore. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose, exhale mouth. And last, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Your Shavasana starts now. We'll stay here for a few moments. If you feel like you want to stay here longer, you can pause this video. Otherwise, you can just stay a few minutes, a few moments with me. Now feel how you're consciously breathing in and out. And with every inhale, try to visualize how the air is entering your body through your feet and going all the way up to the top of your head. And on the exhale, you're moving the air out of your body. Travels through your whole body from top back to the feet. Let's keep slow inhale, and with every inhale, you observe how your air travels all the way up. And with the exhale, the air goes back, down, out, through the feet. Let's do a couple of more rounds of this slow, controlled breathing. With every inhale, new energy is coming into your body, and with every exhale, you're releasing the stagnant air, the stagnant energy that doesn't serve you anymore. Integrating all the movement of today's practice. Integrating it through your practice into your life. And on the next inhale, you can slowly lift up your arms above your head. And imagine that someone is stretching you from your arms and from your feet. You're becoming long, very long. And on the exhale, let's roll to one of the sides, left or right. Let's stay a few more moments here. And when you are ready, let's press the palms against the ground. And I will meet you in the lotus. You can keep your eyes closed. Bring your palms together in front of the chest. We will finish this practice with one round of Om. Feel free to chant with me, but if you don't feel comfortable, you can just listen to my voice. Let's do one deep inhale and exhale through the nose. And then on the second exhalation, we will chant. So inhale in. Exhale. Another deep inhale through the nose. Bring your palms in front of your forehead. And if you feel comfortable, bow to the ground. To thank yourself for showing up on the mat for this practice. And to remember your unconditional beingness beyond this body, beyond this form. Thank you so much for the practice, and I hope to see you in the next class.